Hello, boys and girls. Today's letters of the day are going to be E, G, T, and N. As in, the 2020 Elantra GT N Line. Let's talk about it.
Yeah!
What is up, guys? It is Miguel, your car guy, and today I am bringing to you the GT N Line because this thing is super fun. Most sport cars are very impractical, very wide, and very difficult to get in and out, and you really can't take anything with you, but this solves those issues. And a lot of cars I like, but this one I like a lot, and let me show you why. Come on. Now, I have to start with under the hood because this thing is the N Line. The N Line replaces the Elantra GT Sport, and it sounds and looks so much nicer than what the regular one does. It is insane because this has the same engine as the Veloster Turbo. 201 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, and listen to this exhaust. I know, she sounds good, right? And yes, to answer your question, the Elantra GT is called the Elantra GT in America. Everywhere else, it's the i30. But the nice thing about this is that this is the N Line. A few benefits, it is not the full-fledged N. Wait, why is it a benefit to not be a full-fledged N? That's a good question. And I think I know the answer, because the N cars are phenomenal cars on the road and on the track, but guess what? They are lacking. Because they are more track-centric, you do lose out on a few features, unlike the N Line, like that one. And those features are, for example, with the tech package like this one, you get the full panoramic sunroof, unlike the Veloster N, which is the track-centric car that I was talking about, having no sunroof at all. It adds weight. But if you're just A to B, this is perfect. Now, another thing that sunroof allows you to do is allows you to enter light into the cabin a little bit more nicely. That way, you can see that beautiful leather upholstered interior, which is another thing the Veloster N does not have because, again, adding weight. But beyond that, you also do have adaptive cruise control. You also do have that oh so nice bigger touchscreen than even the Veloster N has, which, so good. And I figured since we're already inside the car, I'd go ahead and show you how fancy this thing is. And yes, it is pinky out fancy. Now, the first fancy thing I like is this red stitching interior. From the shift knob all the way to the air conditioning vents in the back, you will see red stitched everywhere in this car. And not to mention, one of my favorite things, if you look at the front of the two seats, both seats actually have leather stitched as if it was carbon fiber. Now, it is not carbon fiber, but it looks just like it. Just paying homage, again, to its road ripping roots. I think I'm gonna say that. And being that we're on the subject of the front two seats, another thing that the technology package brings is heated and ventilation in their seats, which means that the seats will heat up. More importantly, here in Florida, they will cool down your bottom and your back. That way, you can be nice and chill while you're actually getting wherever you need to go. So yeah, Hyundai literally has your back. And another thing I love about the Elantra GT N is that you have dual zone climate control. That way, you could be at your perfect temperature and your passenger could be at their perfect temperature. So, there you go, problem solved. You're welcome. Oh, and a fun fact about the interior is that Hyundai actually incorporated this little sliding cover for the cup holders. Now, I don't know why they did it. I'm sure that nobody would have cared if they didn't do it, but kind of like when I get my girlfriend some flowers, she's like, oh, you shouldn't have. And I'm like, I know, but I did. I got you, baby. Hyundai just, I got you, baby. Everybody who buys one of these things, because guess what? This little thing, I don't know why, but it just brings happiness. Yeah. Now, moving on to other stuff that might bring you some real happiness is that this thing has paddle shifters. And yes, it is real paddle shifters and they're quite responsive. The reason for that is because along with the turbocharged engine, this has a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. So yeah, shifts, quick. A lot of people have quick shifting transmissions. Hyundai is now one of them, and they've actually been one of them for a while. And I'm glad that they're incorporating the dual clutch still in these things because they are so fun. They really are. Try it. And if you're gonna try it, you might as well try it with me here at the dealership. Come to Universal Hyundai, ask for Miguel, my car guy, your car guy, and I'll make it super easy to come buy a car. But if you can't buy a car, that's fine. Go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. What else do you want to see in my next video? Anyways, guys, forgive me for the self-promotion, but I'm gonna be successful, baby. Anyways, back to the show. Now, being that we covered most of the front, I figured it would be time to show you most of the back. And yes, you can actually fit people back here much easier than in the Veloster. Now, the Veloster is a nice car, but again, it is an asymmetrical design, take that. And it has 2 doors on one side, but only 1 door on the other, where this is an actual 4-door hatchback, so entry and exit is much easier than in the Veloster. And unlike in most other hatchbacks, the back seat is actually quite a nice place to be because, again, I'm 6'1", and I don't know what that is in the metric conversion, so look it up yourself. But something else that's very nice is that I can actually fit, even with the panoramic sunroof, I still have a lot of headroom in this as compared, again, to the Veloster, where the Veloster kind of has that sloped back and it kind of eats into the headroom. This, you don't feel anything like that. And again, air conditioning vents here in the back make life so much nicer. It does. And now we get to the GT aspect of the Elantra GT, and that is the trunk. Yes, that is a hatchback, and that is probably one of the nicest things about this thing. You can accommodate a lot of stuff. Now, GT stands for Grand Touring, and the Grand Tour was what a lot of wealthy people did back in the day. They would go long distances at a quick rate of speed with their stuff. That's why GT cars are super practical. And with the seats up, you could fit nearly 25 cubic feet of your stuff in the trunk with the seats up. But once you lay the seats down, you could fit over 55 cubic feet of stuff in the back. So yeah, you'll be happy no matter where you go. Oh, and on a side note, yes, this actually does bring a spare tire. I don't know why people don't care about spare tires. Car companies hate spare tires. They want to put Fix-A-Flat in, but just like most Hyundais, you actually do get a spare tire with your car. That way you're not stranded in case that nail rips a chunk out of your tire. And by the way, with the Hyundai, you get 100,000-mile warranty for the engine transmission, 5 years 60 bumper to bumper, and roadside assistance for 5 years unlimited miles. So again, Kia, I'm sorry, you cannot compete. Hyundai's killing the game, baby. And again, I am sorry to be so vain. I give my girlfriend crap about it all the time, being so vain, but this thing just looks nice from every angle. You have these 18-inch alloy wheels, which, it is beautiful. And beyond that, the rear bumper with the diffuser is amazing. The front bumper with the air ducts integrated in, just like the BMW M4, this thing is monstrous. That way, when those turbulent wheels are turning, air is crammed through the front bumper to smooth it out. Yes, Hyundai is that smart, and the Elantra GT N Line is that good. Man, I love this car. I really, really do. This thing is awesome. And so guys, this was the 2020 Elantra GT N Line. And no, I didn't talk about most of the stuff in this car because my videos would be way too long and I'm too fun to be boring. But guys, if you like these videos, hit a like, hit a subscribe, and give me some comments. What else do you want to see in this channel? And until next time, guys, I'm Miguel, your car guy, and I will see you soon. As in the 2020 Elantra GT N Line. I can't look at you. Now the end, don't get me wrong, amazing cars. Now, they are track focus. Figured I'd show you this beautiful interior. So yeah, I was gonna make the video on this car, but it was disgusting. So what I did, I sprayed it down with some water, but instead of drying it, I'm just gonna drive it around the block to let the air dry it, you know?